Good evening. Racially and physically abused, even held at knifepoint. Just some of the traumatic experiences ambulance staff in Scotland say they're facing on a daily basis. And the service says more than 360 incidents took place in the last year alone. Our reporter Lewis Mickey has been following two paramedics, both of whom had to take time off work after experiencing abuse. I should add this report contains flashing images.
Let's go.
It's 7 a.m. Maria and Chanda are preparing for their shift in the ambulance at the Glasgow West station.
How are you?
It's not long before the first call comes in. A student has been having breathing difficulties.
I'm Chanda and Maria there.
Hello.
After you.
The advice for the student is to see their GP later in the morning. A successful and straightforward call out, but they aren't all like this.
I absolutely love it. I couldn't imagine myself doing anything different. But yeah, you do have these things of being like, is this the right? Should I go back to nursing? It was a male who was basically in a cocaine psychosis. He was a good 6 foot and built like an absolute unit. I managed to get a cannula in him. And as I got the cannula in, he just lifted his 2 feet together and 2 heels straight to my sternum. At the time, I thought I'd just been winded like quite badly, like he did catch my breath. When we got into Glasgow Royal, the doctor was like, "Are you okay? Like, you don't look very well, like you're taking a lot of breaths kind of in between." And so sent me down for a chest x-ray and he came straight back and he was like, "You've actually got a fractured sternum."
Maria was forced to take 6 months off work to recover. The paramedics tell us that most incidents involve a combination of mental health, drugs or alcohol. Just weeks after returning, Maria faced more violence.
We were tasked for a man not breathing, basically it was a cardiac arrest call. The male who we were there for was thankfully breathing, but he looked like he'd been significantly assaulted. So the minute I've then said to him, "Have you been assaulted? Like, has anybody attacked you tonight?" And the son reared up, and "Don't you dare suggest that." Like, and he stormed out of the living room into the kitchen, which is where we've come from. And you could hear him rummaging. The son opens the door and he's brandishing like a bread knife, like a serrated bread knife at us. "I'm going to kill you."
In 2024-25, 369 Scottish Ambulance Service staff were assaulted either physically or verbally while out doing their job. That's an increase of 11% from the last period, meaning it's happening on a daily basis.
Just as it looks like a chance for some coffee, another call.
And they obviously heard me.
Next, it's Clydebank, where a man has been experiencing abdomen pains. After initial assessment at home, Maria and Chanda take him into accident and emergency at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where they face a wait before the patient can be admitted. It's wait times that can often inflame tensions.
Thankfully, so far, there's never been anything physical, but in terms of verbal abuse, there's been quite a lot. It's racial words being words being used against me. Threats of violence. If he is back, I end up having to take time off work with PTSD, just because there was just a consecutive events of threats of violence and abuse. It's a lot more difficult to de-escalate somebody under the influence, not quite on the same level as you. Going to maybe like a family member who's sober, for example. Maybe they've been waiting long and they're quite frustrated, which is understanding. You can kind of talk them down. And
to see these statistics is significantly concerning. This is a direct impact on crews who are there for the public, often on their very worst day of their lives. They should be able to work free from risk of harm or abuse.
Staff like Maria and Chanda are sticking at it, but they do fear experiences like theirs might put others off. And while numbers have been increasing in recent years, fear of violence isn't likely to help maintain that trend. Lewis Mickey, STV News, Glasgow.